In this video, we shall create our very first HTML document. But before we create it, there's one important thing we need to know. And that is, we need a special software to write HTML code, and that software is known as a text editor. There are countless text editors out there, and we have a wide variety of both free and paid text editors to choose from. For those who are looking for free text editors, my top recommendations are two. First, Brackets, and second, Sublime Text. Both these are powerful text editors and we can download them for free. Just Google Brackets or Sublime Text and you'll be taken to their respective websites. And for those who want to spend some bucks, my first and foremost recommendation would be to go for Adobe's Dreamweaver. This is basically recommended for those who want to take their web design skills to the next level and are serious about learning web design and intend to make it their profession. Dreamweaver is available for both the Mac and the PC. I can't emphasize enough how important Dreamweaver is to web designers. Alright, another highly recommended text editor for Mac users is Coda. This is perhaps the most famous and affordable text editor out there for Mac users. That said, this course doesn't require any of the paid text editors. Just download Brackets or Sublime Text and you're good to go. For purposes of creating our very first HTML document, I'll be using Sublime Text so that those of you who want to follow along closely can download and install Sublime Text's latest version and code alongside. For the rest of the course, I'll be using Dreamweaver. Let's open up our text editor. For me, it's already opened. And let's go to File, New. And this will open up a new file for us in which we can write our code. So let's begin writing our code. The very first thing in an HTML document is the opening HTML tag. This tag serves as an indicator that whatever follows this line of code would be HTML code until the closing HTML tag is reached. And this tag marks the ending of an HTML document. And together, as we know, that these two tags would be called an HTML element. Inside the HTML element, there are two elements that are essentially required, and those two elements are head and body. These two elements are containers for two different kinds of information that are required for browsers to display our HTML document properly, but we'll not be going into the details of what those informations are. For now, we'll just feed two things to our mind. First, that there is an element with the name of title that is written inside the head of the document. Second, whatever we want to be displayed inside the browser should be written inside the body element. So let's say we want to display a heading and a paragraph inside a browser. So we would write my first heading and wrap it inside the h1 element. My first heading, opening h1 tag, and in the end, closing h1 tag. And on the next line, we would write my very first paragraph. And since it's going to be a paragraph, so let's wrap it inside the p element. My first paragraph and closing p tag. And inside the title, let's write my first ever HTML file. My first ever HTML file. Alright, after we have done writing our code, the next step would be to save our file inside our computer. So I'll go to File, Save, and give our file a name of myfile.html and save it on desktop. We see that after saving the file, our elements have changed their color, making it easy for us to read our code. And we see that our file has been saved and located on the desktop. Now we can right click on our file and we see that we got options of viewing our file inside the browser. And after opening it in Google Chrome, here we are. The code we wrote to display heading has rendered as a big and bold heading. And the code we wrote for displaying paragraph has rendered as normal size text. And the text we wrote inside the title element, we see that it is appearing on the browser tab. Alright, let's recap what we have done so far. First, we write the HTML element. Inside the HTML element, we write the two required elements, head and body. Then inside the head element, we create the title element. And whatever we want to display inside the browser, we write that code inside the body element. So this was our introduction of how to create and save an HTML document. Thanks for watching.